Last year on the show, we went over the top trends in online dating as reported by Tinder's Year in Swipe. And they reported that one of the most popular dating trends of 2024 was witchcraft. And it was a shocking amount of people surveyed saying they go based off of astrological signs to predict outcomes for their own dating life. I think even like 17% said that they would plan to use crystals to improve their love life, their dating life. 16% said that they plan to get a tarot card reading to help their dating life. So this is clearly popular enough where that amount of people would even admit to it because it's so embarrassing. The reason that that's messed up is obviously because you're trying to control and brainwash people into liking you instead of letting things play out the normal human way. Mm-hmm. And it's even worse than we thought, because now Gen Z women are turning to hiring witches on platforms like Etsy and Fiverr to buy love spells and cast them on their love interests.
So I have to know, does that make like the Etsy witch, like the higher end one?
Etsy is paying a premium.
And the Fiverr witch got her witch degree online?
Yes.
Okay, fair play.
Fiverr witch isn't going to guarantee you results. Fiverr witch might be a hit or miss, but Etsy witches, they charge sometimes hundreds or possibly thousands of dollars for their clients, and they tell you you will get guaranteed results, which means these women, that these witches are saying, I'm going to force someone into a spell to like you. Wouldn't you rather someone just like you because they like you? Wouldn't you rather know that they're choosing to date you?
I figured all stories involving some type of spell or potion kind of got to be like thrown out now because it's a weird form of like magical date rape.
Right? Yeah, and we'll get into the ethical concerns, but
we are. Okay.
This is an example I'm about to show you of a Gen Z woman who hired an Etsy witch to cast a love spell and provided personal information of her love interest to this witch, who then leaked it to the guy, and it did not help her case.
Read the 21st, and then we'll get to that.
Pop Culture Junkie said, my reunions were always odd. Starting year 10, there was such a sharp division between those who had stayed in our little Midwest town and those like me who had left to seek their fortune. Town kids thought we were traitors.
You have to be insane to care that much about somebody that you're not close to. That's insane. You're nuts. Live your own life and get on with it. Who the fuck cares? Like, am I wrong
well,
here?
It's probably more of like a jealousy thing.
But here's the thing. I would also think the same way if the dude who escapes their little town judges the people that stay there.
But it's
you're all dorks because you care too much about other people. You're spiritually feminine. All of you dudes are spiritually feminine.
Not Pop Culture Junkie, but the people he's referring to.
But he's saying that he thinks it's weird that they were doing that.
Well, it sounded like you were calling him.
No. What I'm saying is, he didn't say that he was the type of person who was judging those people. But if you are the type of person who judged the people who stayed in town, just like if you were the type of person who judged the people that left, why are you focusing so much on like those people in a jealous fashion? It's weird.
I agree.
Okay, let's watch this video then.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Guys, the Etsy witch told on me. Like, I bought a love spell, and I literally, like I said, the guy's name, like his birthday and stuff, and she literally DM'd him on Instagram and exposed me. She sent him screenshots of everything I said.
So, she got put on blast. They're calling it a WIPA violation. And now there's a whole debate broken out amongst self-proclaimed witches about whether this particular Etsy witch was in the right.
So are they talking about the ethical concerns about betraying the confidence? It's like witch-client confidentiality?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you. We have another 20.
I do love that anytime I get emotional about everything, they call it Charlie Day mode. guys.
Chubbs82 said, I left my little town and I never went back. Honestly, I can't remember most of my childhood and I'm only 42.
See, he's not saying, like, I left my little town because it was miserable. He's just like, I left and that was it.
Yeah, I don't like the whole hating your hometown thing.
Yeah.
But here was one of the reactions from a self-proclaimed Wicked Witch. That is actually her screen name. The Etsy witch was right, and I will side-eye anyone who deals with love spells like this. Regardless of y'all's opinions on the craft, this is word for word, intention is everything. Her intention was to force a relationship without considering his autonomy or consent, and it's extremely predatory.
Wouldn't every love spell disregard somebody's autonomy and consent?
Why would you need to cast a love spell if the person is already into you?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, here is another one. Real witches / pagans know that 99% of those Etsy witches are scammers. Also, targeted love spells like that are bad karma, even if done properly. It's just not as simple as make him fall in love with me, and it happens no questions asked. There are consequences for everything. So they're saying that the girl was in the wrong and the witch was right to expose her to her love interest. I went further down this rabbit hole and I wanted to know, how can you trust one of these Etsy witches?
It's like hiring a hitman on Silk Road back in the day and it ends up being a cop.
First of all, how can you trust them to keep your information private? And second of all, how can you trust that they're not one of the scammers and that they're actually going to cast a spell?
And especially if you're looking for a 100% success rate.
Yeah. So I went to a subreddit called r/spellcaster reviews, where people are swapping highly recommended and trustworthy witches from Etsy, Fiverr, all sorts of platforms. Here was any legit spellcasters on Etsy? Here was one response. There are, in the meantime, my strong advice is ask questions first. Like, what gods / goddesses / deities do they work with? The best ones for me provide video proof that includes your name and date of birth along with or without commentary. Some do provide photo proof, but images can be transposed and they'll provide you with a stock photo that's recycled and include your info.
Wait, photo proof of what?
The spell being cast? I don't know. They're recommending some, I won't even say their screen names, but you can probably guess what they sound like. And I already knew that like buying spells on Etsy was a thing. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how I learned that. It just wasn't shocking to me to learn that people were in the market for them. And I went to Etsy and searched up love spells. There are countless examples for all different prices. You could be paying just a few dollars to a few $100s, depending on what level of personalization you're looking for. If you're looking for a conversation with the witch. For instance, the witch that was dating Andrew Garfield last year.
Oh, yeah.
She has celebrity clients that pay her thousands of dollars.
My favorite part about this is there's a 100% crossover between the women who do this and hating capitalism.
Yeah, it's weirdly...
There is no witch
very
out there that is like, by the way, free markets are the path forward.
Well, that witch that was dating Andrew Garfield, her excuse for having long-term clients who, you know, then end up paying her thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars for her help, it's that magic takes time. So it can just take however much time she decides. I found one specific love spell, what is also called an obsession love spell on Etsy, and I'm going to read you the marketing material. Enhance your love and connection with our powerful love spell. Are you yearning for deep, meaningful connections and a passionate romance in your life? Our love spell is specially crafted to fulfill your desire for love and connection. Whether you're seeking to attract a new romantic partner, so this could be someone you don't even know yet, or reignite the flame with your current love interest, our spell can help manifest the love and connection you crave. Crafted with care, our love spell harnesses the energies of the universe to bring love and affection into your life. by aligning your intentions with the natural flow of love energy, making you more magnetic and irresistible to potential partners. So you can attract a soulmate or compatible partner that shares your desires and values. You can strengthen the bond and connection you have with a current partner. You can open your heart to give and receive love freely, creating fulfilling relationships that stand the test of time. These can be personalized to your unique needs and desires. And our spells are conducted with the utmost respect for your privacy and confidentiality. So you can trust us to assist you on your journey. Don't let loneliness or longing hold you back from experiencing the love you deserve. This is really creepy.
I respect their hustle.
Here's a warning, though. There are disclaimers. So you might not be a suitable client for a love spell if any of these fit the description. If you are experiencing significant unease or imbalance, I guarantee every person who is searching love spells on Etsy is experiencing those things.
Imagine being the perfectly centered and rational person searching for that.
Then another one, if you foster sentiments or desires of self-centeredness. If you're trying to control someone's mind to make them like you, you are certainly self-centered. So
I wonder how they're going to handle...
Everyone's searching for this.
I wonder how they're going to handle this in the Harry Potter series. In one of the books, like a girl, Romilda Vane, gives Harry Potter like a love potion that he doesn't take. And if I remember correctly, Ron takes it by accident. And then like... like, are they going to do that?
Is it frowned upon?
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing
It's unethical magic.
You shouldn't be doing love potions now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're not taught to do that in school,
I don't know. I don't remember, but I just know that it happened and it led to hijinks. But I don't know if they're going to cover that in the series.
And lastly, you should not buy this love spell if you're seeking immediate and specific results at any cost. So if you're seeking for it to actually work, you also shouldn't buy it. If you're impatient for results regardless of circumstances, it suggests anxiety. And that signifies a state of survival, which could drastically reduce the effectiveness of the spell. So really, you're the problem. The witch is never to blame. It's your mindset about the love spell.
If you don't have the right mindset, it didn't work. Yeah.
Right.
See, what this is the self-help industry with a witchy undertone.
Right. It's all the same stuff as affirmations and manifestation and self-help books and self-care and, mantras and all of these other fake solutions. It just has a different branding, and somehow it's become so popular that these types of things are like sold at Barnes and Noble.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure they
fully
have like some
mainstream stuff.
Every cop procedural has done at least one episode where they come into contact with like witch covens, with like Wiccan covens. There was like one in Rizzolian Isles where, because it's in Boston, they're like descendants of the Salem witches and stuff like this. So this stuff has been mainstream for quite some time, because if it's being done on network television, it was already rinsed back then. Now it's just taken itself into the subcultures of TikTok, where it can become even weirder.
Yeah, I think it gained a whole new popularity, especially during the pandemic when people were locked in their homes, and idle hands are the devil's playground. Idle minds are the devil's playground. And like then they started making manifestation TikToks, and they formed this community around witch talk and sharing each other's spells and creating this whole culture around it. And it only snowballed from there. And of course, if there's an opportunity to make money off of vulnerable, clueless people, they certainly will.
I wonder if the books have like disclaimers. Like, what for books? Entertainment like any book that covers this type of stuff about casting spells,
so they don't get sued, like for entertainment purposes only. No, I doubt it. And I think that people like to believe like, oh, it's all just them playing pretend or cosplaying. Maybe that is the case for some of them, but the majority of these self-proclaimed witches that you're going to see on TikTok or on any social media, At the very least, you can recognize they believe what they're saying. Like, they fully buy into this Wiccan practice, and they fully believe that it's a valid thing. They're referring to which ones are scammers because they believe that most of them are legit.
Yeah.
And that the practice is legit.
Well, everybody buying into it gives it more power than it actually should have. Because everybody buys in.
I believe that a lot of witchcraft is legit. I just think that you shouldn't mess with it because it's legit. And there are plenty of people faking and cosplaying and scamming as well because they've jumped on the bandwagon. But it's really sad to think about people being this lonely and desperate, especially like a young person who probably hasn't thought that the most obvious solution is like leaving the house and talking to people.
There's a 20 there with a question.
Chubbs82 said, what's the difference between selling a book of spells and the Bible? They can believe whatever they want. Well, I didn't say that they're not allowed to believe what they want. But yeah, the Bible explicitly condemns witchcraft and spell casting and using those things to divinate and obtain knowledge that doesn't rightfully belong to you, and it explicitly condemns witchcraft for the purposes of controlling other people, for the purposes of controlling God, or for the purposes of worshiping other false deities. So I don't think they could be more different.
Okay, there you go. A very reasonable answer. The stuff will, as the internet kind of self-segregates, these types of subcultures will get more and more popular because they bring in people who are looking for something to feel a part of.
There's an aspect to it of the gender wars, the continuing battle of the sexes as well.
Like, do you pay more for a spell that is a love potion for a guy versus a girl because their body is different size? Like, does their weight come into play? Do you have to use more of something?
What's the dosage of magic?
Yeah.
A lot of questions. Not a lot of answers.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.